Always welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Strana. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload videos, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
So, lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok, and I thought to share with you guys where Nancy Parker is actually finding out the hard way after she must have effed around. Nancy Parker is actually the employee from the McDonald's who actually stitch, which I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovelies, let's dive into it.
The person that turned in Luigi Mangione is getting the wildest karma right now. So at this point, you all probably know that Luigi Mangione was turned in by a McDonald's employee. You also all probably know that there was a pretty substantial reward for turning Luigi in. And this employee was going after that reward, but their claim has been denied. This is due to the fact that if you wanted to qualify for the reward, you had to call into the tip line, but the employee ended up calling 911 and not the tip line, which means they get nothing. But the karma does not stop there, because the employee turning Luigi in has caused the reviews of the McDonald's this happened at to absolutely tank. It is currently a 1-star reviewed restaurant now, and people have also found out the employee that gave the tip's name and started sharing it online, which means that on top of everything else that's happened, the employee will also probably be losing their job because of this, due to the fact that people are very, very upset with them, and that McDonald's is now no longer a safe place for them to work. Personally, I don't blame the employee. They probably just saw the cash reward and thought, oh, I can really use the money, and didn't think of anything else. But it's just wild to me that absolutely nothing in this situation ended up working out for them.
Y'all tore that McDonald's up. Someone took a massive dump on the floor and none of the employees cleaned it up. I've never been more horrified in my life. Got food poisoning from this McDonald's, then United Healthcare denied my claim. And that sanitary burger cost me $8,574 for an ambulance ride. Tried to get a burger here, but couldn't afford the deductible on it, even though I've been paying weekly for the chance to maybe eventually buy one for the past 20 years. So I had to go hungry. Blessing in disguise, though. Apparently there's a real rodent issue. Home of the mixed snitch. Rats behind the counter and ice cream machine broken as usual. The staff was either rude or bizarre. One employee stared at me the entire time, following me to my table like a full-on stalker. To make matters worse, a giant rat casually strolled through the dining area looking on the place. Y'all got me over here crying.
Please don't be black, please don't be black, please don't be black. Please don't be black. Please don't be black. Yes.
Yup, this is now a dystopian America where we can no longer call 911, and the next time you call for help, your life will be ended. People were shocked after McDonald's worker Nancy Parker had allegedly called 911 on Luigi Mangione in hopes of receiving her $60,000 reward. But not only will she not receive that, but she will have her life completely ended, and it's already starting. As the McDonald's Nancy works at not only allegedly fired her for being on the phone when she made the 911 call, but she then allegedly lost her McDonald's insurance and is now having her identity, address, and life threatened. With the police now nowhere to be found to help her, with people now saying to her they do not care about us. Hunting reports from NPR and others show how much the government does not care for us, as only 15% of people who leave a tip get their reward, and the payout can be as little as 15% of the actual reward. But those odds are actually worse for Nancy Parker's case, as she would have to go through 3 stages of approval. Luigi would also need to be convicted convicted, and it will need to all be done in New York, not where Nancy is from.
The McDonald's employee who tipped off authorities about suspected CEO assassin Luigi Mangione might not be receiving the $60,000 reward after all. The reward is contingent on Mangione being both arrested and convicted, meaning the employee could face a long wait before any payout is considered. Critics of the reward system argue that it is overly complicated. The FBI and the NYPD require several layers of approval, including input from interagency committee, the Secretary of State, and the Attorney General. Even then, the reward is still not guaranteed. Additionally, the NYPD's reward program operates separately and reportedly requires tipsters to follow specific procedures, including obtaining a reference number for eligibility. Sources suggest that the McDonald's employee may not have adhered to this specific process, further complicating their claim to the reward. As it stands, while Mangione may face a lifetime in prison, the employee may walk away with little more than recognition as a class traitor of the year for their role in the arrest. This just goes to show you that bootlicking or simping for CEOs usually never benefits the working class.
Oh, goody! I turned that bad man in. Now America will thank me for my service, and I'll get a nice reward for doing it too. Oh, 911, I'm here to collect that hefty prize for turning in the bad man. What? Oh, I don't get the prize. I don't get the prize because I called 911? And I should have called the tip line? Right. Well, at least everyone knows my name, right? Right. And they know where I work. Right. And everyone's mad that I turned in that man? Right. Well, surely no one will come to my job. Right. So what you're saying is, I don't get the money, I don't have a job, everyone hates me. Right. Well, fuck!
Then it gets worse. So apparently, because people knew that of the McDonald's that she worked at, a lot of people started going to that McDonald's Google reviews, leaving 1-star horrible reviews, even though it had nothing to do with the actual McDonald's. They were getting a ton of backlash because of what she did, and then she got fired. McDonald's let her go.
All right, does anyone else feel like it's very easy to villainize Nancy Parker for her role in everything that's happening right now? But I'm going to liken her to Judas for a moment. Not in that she's a betrayer to her entire class, but perhaps that she's a necessary cog in the machine. She was part of this greater plan that was so much larger than her, and a plan that we're all really being engaged watching play out. But without him waiting in that McDonald's for a couple hours and kind of maybe call, like, somebody was going to have to make that call in that multi-hour span. It just happened to be her. So is she the villain, or is she a victim of circumstance, or is she a critical element in the greater scheme of things? And yes, I did compare her to Judas. So go ahead and play with that comparison and parallels from there.
So people are review bombing the McDonald's in Pennsylvania, where the guy who allegedly game-ended the CEO of United Health was caught after an employee called the cops because he recognized them. Here are some of the funniest reviews. 1 star, home of the McSnitch. 1 star, more like Narcdonald's. Judas. The rats have been here so long they've used to learn the cash register and phone systems, and then they use them to call the cops on well-meaning citizens. Do not recommend. 1 star, I tried to get a burger here but couldn't afford the deductible on it. That's cold. I hope the insurance plans offered to this employer doesn't cover all the McStitches the McSnitches are in for. Rats behind the counter, an ice cream machine was broken as per usual. Can't trust anyone here. Don't worry too much about the owners of the place because Google already removed all of these reviews. Subscribe to my channel for more funny Google reviews.
McDonald's better hope that the snack wrap comes through for them in a huge way in 2025 because they have been getting some seriously bad press as of late. It started off with that orange grimace Donald Trump serving fake orders to fake customers in that drive-through line, making fake fries, and the whole circus that thing was. And people were like, I'm done with McDonald's. I'm boycotting them. Basically, they destroyed that location, left it horrible reviews, so on and so forth. And now we've got this whole situation with Luigi Mangione being ratted out by a McDonald's employee. Even Burger King got in on the act and said, we don't snitch. Good for you, Burger King. Have it your way, I guess. But this is next level for McDonald's. Like, people are leaving horrible Yelp reviews at that location saying they have a rat problem. And people are so pissed at the person who turned in, who in many people's eyes is kind of like America's Robin Hood, America's hero. Whether you like them or not, whatever, people are pissed at McDonald's yet again. So if the snack wrap doesn't come through in 2025 on this relaunch, oh boy. I mean, the CEO basically, after that guy got popped in New York, was like, we better do something. Let's put out the snack wrap. I don't know if it's going to have enough to save the sinking ship that is McDonald's right now, but we'll see. What do you got, snack wrap?
We all agree that McDonald's is having a hell of a year. They had one presidential candidate claim to work there, another presidential candidate go on live TV and work the drive-through and fry machine. We had, of course, the United Healthcare CEO, adjuster guy, apprehended at one, eating a hash brown, and we had the Grinch Happy Meal. It's almost like there was a McDonald's boardroom that was like, oh my God, our quarter pounders are making people sick, our tainted onions are sending people to the hospital. What are we going to do? And then one guy at the meeting was like, what if we have the suspect in the biggest true crime story of the year apprehended in a McDonald's in Pennsylvania with hash brown crumbs all over his face and shirt? And they were like, that's pretty good, yeah. You know what? We could even run an ad with the Hamburglar wearing a mask and a hooded jacket, eating at a McDonald's. And maybe Grimace comes and arrests him. Yeah. And then Ronald can extradite him to New York. And the Fry Kids could be on the jury, I guess. Yeah, let's check it out.
And the girl that turned in Luigi at McDonald's lost her job. And she did not get the $10,000 reward. Very good. Very good. Ma'am, whose side are you on? They probably should also put her in some kind of, something to protect her, because she was on the wrong side of the coin. I mean, Luigi is out here doing what needs to be done, and you turned him in for $10,000. That's crazy. And now you don't have a job, your McDonald's job. So apparently even McDonald's knew you was on the wrong side of the coin. And they let her go. And she doesn't have the $10,000. And she's probably going to need to lay low for a little while. What y'all think?
The crazy thing about the Luigi Mangione story is that the employee that turned him in was from McDonald's. I used to have a job in McDonald's, and I can even imagine the person right now, the person that would get me in trouble, will get me write-ups every single week. I can imagine how that person looks like. But the crazy thing is that she called the 911, right? She called 911 to tell, and she didn't call the tip hotline. So she can't get any of the money. None of the money that she wanted. She gets nothing. And apart from that, people from the internet started to dig, right? And they found the McDonald's that she worked on. And now I just saw Noah talk about it. He said that right now on Yelp, that McDonald's has a 1-star, dude. And not only that, she doesn't get the money. The employee doesn't get the money. The McDonald's has a 1-star. And lastly, it's not safe for her to work there anymore because they found the name of the employee. And now they're going around and sharing the name, dude. So that workplace is no longer safe for her. That is insane, bro. This gives a new meaning to snitches get stitches, like for real, dude. everywhere she goes, now people are gonna be like, aren't you that person that told? And every single one of her coworkers are not gonna open up to her. They're not gonna trust her, bro, because they might tell on the manager or whatever. But tell me what you think about this, because this is crazy.
This message is from Nancy and Nancy only. So if you're not Nancy, you can keep on scrolling. Nancy, you're doing the most for minimum wage. You know what I'll be doing for minimum wage? Minding my business.
I can't believe this just happened. McDonald's gets flooded with so many negative reviews after it was discovered that it was one of their employees who turned in the alleged shooter who committed the murder of the United Healthcare CEO. It got so bad with the reviews that Google had to step in and just obliterate the review feature because it went against their terms of service. So they went in and took out all the reviews. It also got so bad after the employee went on local news and went and did a couple interviews that people said, okay, bet. What they ended up doing is they created a photoshopped faked X post about Burger King saying we don't snitch, and they plastered a Whopper all over it. It is fake. It is not a real X post, but it was enough to fool people that I actually drove by a couple Burger Kings right now. There is lines out of that drive-thru, okay? Some of them have run out of Whoppers. What the heck is going on? Who runs out of Whoppers in a day?
Nancy, the McBitch who called the police on fine shit when he was just trying to eat his little McDonald's, is not only not getting the $10,000 reward from the NYPD, but she's also been fired from that McDonald's. She decided to defend the system, called 911. The system said, you know what, technically you called 911, you didn't call the tip line, so we're going to deny, look at your neighbor and say deny, you this $10,000. And for a little razzle dazzle, we're going to depose of you as well. This is the definition of just put the fries in the bag.
Never thought weapons would eat my face. No, I never thought it would happen to me. Turn my back on my own kind, but I somehow felt that every fine. No, I never thought the weapons would eat my
And I seriously love this. When I first heard of Nancy Parker, what actually came into me, I was like, oh God, I hope he's not actually person of color or, and boom, a lot of people were also trying to make their own research. Who is this person? Where is this person from? And all of that. So this employee who decided to snitch on someone that the entire people were actually, I don't know, like I won't call it cheering or celebrating or, because this does not even make sense. This does not make sense as a worker. You as a worker, you are also, you are inclusive with the way at which people are treated in terms of healthcare and all of that. But before we go forward, I am not disputing the fact that what happened is no. This is still, you are taking someone's life. It's still, but it's just something that has really happened. And you as this employee, you decided that, oh, all of the other people are the bad ones and you are a good person. You are a good person. Then you decided to call a number that you were not even supposed to call because your body was just shaking and you want to become a hero so bad. And you forgot to make the real calls you're supposed to make, and you went ahead to call 911. And now, not only that, you are not going to receive a reward, you are also going to lose a job, or maybe you've already lost your job. Not only that, the internet is going to drag you. They will drag you so well. So, do you think that money was worth all of this? You could have just allowed, the people to do their job. You could have allowed the people that were supposed to be doing their job to do their job. You could have just still be working wherever you are working. MC will not be getting all of the reviews. What terrible reviews they're getting. Like, seriously, just look at the way you have lost everything, all because you think that you know better than every other person. You are smarter than every other person. Do you think that other people did not really maybe recognize him, but they decided to just stay out of it? They want the authorities to do their job. You know you're a lay person, let me say a layman, a laywoman, or whatsoever, and your opinion does not really matter, and you goes ahead to actually prove what, and at the end of the day, you are not even rewarded. So, does this really worth it? Dragging your name to the moon worth it? A lot of people are just trying not to get themselves involved with all of the controversy, but you chose to get yourself involved. Like, there are some things that some people really need not really want to get themselves involved with it, because when you get yourself involved with something without thinking it through, you might actually lose everything, and that is the case of Nancy Parker. There's this particular stitch that I was trying to put it up here, but it's not adding up. But the stitch is all about this Nancy Parker. So the woman was just suggesting, she was like, since a middle-aged pan-colored woman who is probably 2 Ray and 6 is called Karen, why not change the Karen to Nancy Parker? And I think that is a very good suggestion. Nobody is actually jubilating with what really happened. No. People are just so tired. Like, people are tired of suffering. There's a way you will have to suffer to live, suffer to pay your rent. So, like, this life is so hard. Then it will get to a stage that you are going to be so tired. Like, you'll be so exhausted to even have any form of sympathy in you. That is exactly what I see in this. I am not saying that people are, people are not. It's just that people are just so tired. And the way at which people that thinks that they found themselves in a higher places and using that opportunity that they have to humiliate people that they feel that don't have that opportunity is so alarming. This is just like a game of, you have to, character in the game. The first character is a bad person, then the second character is actually a good person. Then this bad and good person is actually having some kind of conflict, and this good person have been trying to, make this bad person understand that what you have been doing to us or to my other good people are so bad. You are oppressing us, you are tormenting us, or all of the things you're doing is affecting us. We are losing people because of your decisions. And this bad person have refused to listen to this good person. Then all of a sudden, someone from the backstage who is not actually bad and is not also good decided to do away with the bad person in order for the good people to breathe a fresh air. That is just the way it is. So do you expect these good people that have been seeking for help to start crying, or to because they already don't have any compassion anymore? The compassion they had, they've used it to lose both their loved ones, their family, friends, brothers, sisters, mother, and all of it. And that does not actually dispute the fact that they liked what happened. They don't like it, but they still don't have the compassion for it anymore. Because it's something that when you keep on asking for this, trying to make people understand, they don't want to listen. Like I used to say, I actually feel so sorry for the entire family of the CEO, the wife, and all of that. But the thing is that the deal has been done, and people grieve in so many ways. Some people can be laughing, but they are grieving. Some people can be, crying, but they are not. The thing is that it's also not nice to take someone's. You didn't give life. You're not supposed to, but it's happened. And I heard somewhere, I read, some of the research related to it. It was said that the guy had a surgery behind his neck, and he has been having some grudges with the healthcare. That's like, there are so many stories which I don't even need to speak here because I don't want to say something I'm not sure of. Anyway, lovelies, wanna just leave me your thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. So guys, if you've not subscribed to this channel up to this extent, give your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button. I will see you lovelies when I upload.
Thank you so much for all the love and support. Why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We are just here for educational and informative purposes. Alright, lovelies, so please share, subscribe, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.